Okay, we're back for episode 11, Trevor's lockdown quiz. Just to get the big hellos out of the way. Big scorers last week was Josie and Bill. Stevie and Rita's doing well with their scores. Caroline, I've said Caroline. The girls from the Schenkel Hospice doing a good job down there, and they're doing well. They like their music. They like their music. Okay, we're going to go on with the first one. It's going to be general. The music run's going to be in round 2. Okay, same as usual, we'll give you the scores out and then pause it at the end, and then get your scores, and then I'll give you the answers, and then you can restart it again. Okay, number 1. What's a collective name for a group of rats? Okay, what's a collective name for a group of rats? It's not a plague or a swarm. Okay, number 2. What holiday place did Bobby Bloom have a hit with in 1970? What holiday place did Bobby Bloom have a hit with in 1970? You've all heard that one. Okay, number 3. In the lyrics of Killer Queen by Queen, what did she keep in her pretty cabinet? Okay, in the lyrics of Killer Queen by Queen, what did she keep in her pretty cabinet? Number 4. What's the first supermarket to sell edible insects in the UK? What was the first supermarket in the UK to sell wee packets or something of edible insects? Ugh, not my cup of tea. Number 5. What's the softest mineral? What is the softest mineral? Number 6. Which actress played Elliot's little sister in the movie E.T.? Which actress played Elliot's little sister in the movie E.T.? And number 7. What does E.T. stand for in the film? What does E.T. stand for? No, it doesn't stand, was it? What is E.T. short for? That's a movie. And number 8. What's the smallest ocean in the world? What's the smallest ocean in the world? Okay, so what's your first 8? Pause it, then come back and get the answers and write them down, see what you've got. Number 1. What was the collective name for a group of rats? It's a mischief. It's a mischief of rats. What holiday place did Bobby Bloom have a hit with in 1970? Montego Bay. In the lyrics of Killer Queen by Queen, what did she keep in her pretty cabinet? Morton Shandon. Champagne. What was the first supermarket to sell edible insects in the UK? It was Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's. So if you're looking at a packet of them, go up to Sainsbury's. What's the softest mineral? It's talc. Which actress played Elliot's little sister in the film E.T.? It was Drew Barrymore. What is E.T. short for? Extraterrestrial. If you've put down, he's got wee legs, you get half a point. According work like that one. Right, number 8. What's the smallest ocean in the world? It's the Arctic Ocean. Arctic Ocean. Count up your scores, and we'll go on to round 2, and it's going to be music. Number 1. Which singer sang the backing vocals on Carly Simon's You're So Vain? Which singer sang the backing vocals on Carly Simon's You're So Vain? Just read, it wasn't planned actually. He just happened to walked into the recording studios while Carly Simon was singing a song, and they got him to do a wee bit of backing vocals. Number 2. What was the name of the Beatles drummer who was replaced by Ringo Starr? So who did Ringo Starr replace as the drummer? Number 3. How is a singer born Eileen Regina Edwards better known? How is a singer born Eileen Regina Edwards, better known. He's born in 1965, if that's any help. Okay, sticking with us the 60s. Who had a big hit in 1968 with the song Jessamine? Jessamine. What am I supposed to do with a girl like Jessamine? Who sang that? Here's a good question. Number 5. The top 4 selling singles of the 70s. The biggest single sale of the 70s, Mulligan Tire. Number 3 was The One That I Want by You're the One That I Want by John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. But which group had the second and the 4th biggest selling singles? Okay, so the first was Mulligan Tire by Wings, and the third was You're the One That I Want by John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. But there was a group that had the second and the 4th biggest selling singles of the 70s. Who's the group? Number 6. Eye Level, the theme from Vondervolk, was a big hit back in 73. Who was the artist that played that tune? Who was the artist who played the theme tune from Vondervolk called Eye Level? Got the number 1. Number 7. Which Just William actor had a hit with I Could Be So Good For You? Which Just William actor had a hit with I Could Be So Good For You? And number 8. Carlin will get this one. Who had a big hit in 1982 with I've Never Been To Me? Okay, who had a big hit in 1982 with I've Never Been To Me? It was Motown label's first top 10 hit by a white female solo singer. So who was the artist? Okay, so get your answers down, or rewind it if you want to go over a couple there, and I'll give you the answers out in a few seconds here. Try and get over around 25 a day if you can. You'll be doing great. Which singer sang the backing vocals on Carly Simon's hit You're So Vain? It was Mick Jagger. What was the name of the Beatles drummer who was replaced by Ringo Starr? It was Pete Best. Number 3. Has a singer born Eileen Regina Edwards in 1965, better known Shania Twain. And who had a big hit in 1968 with the song Jessamine? It was the Casuals. The top 4 selling singles of the 70s was the Mulligan Tire at number 1. Number 3 was the one You're the One That I Want. But number 2 and the number 4 hit was Brown Girl in the Ring and Rivers of Babylon, double A side, and Mary's Boy Child was at number 4. So Boney M had the second and 4th biggest selling singles, and it was number 5. The 5th one was back to Summer Nights Again by Olivia Newton-John and all. No, that was the 5th. They were nearly in the top 4. Right, Eye Level, the theme from Vondervolk, hit number 1 in 73. Was what was the artist? It was the Simon Park Orchestra. Okay, the Simon Park Orchestra. Which Just William actor had a hit with I Could Be So Good For You? It was Dennis Waterman. And who had a big hit in 1982 with I've Never Been To Me? It was Charlene. Okay, count them scores up. Okay, number 1, the 3rd round. Victoria Crosses are made from which metal? Okay, which metal? Number 2, what fish is used in Worcestershire sauce? What fish is used in Worcestershire sauce? Number 3, the worst accident in aviation history occurred in 1977 when 2 Boeing 747s collided on the runway, leaving 583 dead. Which holiday resort did this happen? Okay, the worst aviation accident in history occurred in 1977 when 2 Boeing 747s collided on the runway. 583 was dead. Which holiday resort did this happen on? And number 4, who was the last prisoner in Berlin's Spandau prison? Who was the last prisoner in Berlin's Spandau prison? And number 5, a calorie is a unit of what? A calorie is a unit of what? Number 6, whose face is said to have launched 1,000 ships? Whose face is said to have launched 1,000 ships? Number 7, a wee sports one. Which piece of sporting equipment is said to be the fastest moving object in sport? Okay, which piece of sporting equipment is said to be the fastest moving object in sport? Now, it's not shot from a gun or shot from a bow and arrow or anything. It's just people using their body to move this thing. What's the fastest moving object in sport? Just hitting, kicking or throwing. What is the fastest moving? Okay, number 8. Who had the nickname Old Blood and Guts? Who had the nickname Old Blood and Guts? Okay, 5 seconds and I'll start giving you the answers. So pause it, write your answers, get your answers sorted, and then play it again for your answers here. Number 1. Victoria Crosses are made from which metal? Bronze. They're made from bronze. I think the original ones were supposed to be made from Russian cannons from the Battle of Sebastopol, but then I read, there was Googling something else and it says they were saying they came from, they were Chinese made. These cannons were from Chinese made, they were from China. Number 2, what fish is used in Worcestershire sauce? Anchovies. The worst accident in aviation history occurred in 1977 when 2 Boeing 747s collided on the runway, leaving 583 people dead. This happened in Tenerife. Okay, Tenerife. Who was the last prisoner in Berlin's Spandau prison? It was Rudolf Hess. And a calorie is a unit of heat. Whose face is said to have launched 1,000 ships? It was Helen of Troy. Which piece of sporting equipment is said to be the fastest moving object in sport? It is a shuttlecock. That's hard to believe, but it's a shuttlecock. Who had the nickname Old Blood and Guts? It was General George Patton. Okay, put them scores down. And we're going to move on to round 4. A wee bit of general. Number 1. What was the name of the seal that got attacked by a dog last week and had to get put down? Okay, what was the name of the seal that got attacked by a dog last week and had to be put down? I'm sure you've seen it on the news. Okay, number 2. 2 of Henry VIII's wives got beheaded. Anne Boleyn and who else? 2 of Henry VIII's wives got beheaded. Anne Boleyn and who was the other one? Number 3. Don't know why I should remember this. It was on the news about 4 years ago. Which celebrity mistakenly tweeted that shots have been fired in a Selfridges store in 2017? Which celebrity mistakenly tweeted that shots had been fired in Selfridges store in 2017? Number 4. In which US state would you find Pearl Harbor? Okay, which US state would you find Pearl Harbor? Number 5. What is the procedure called when an anesthetic is injected near the spinal cord? What's the procedure called when an anesthetic is injected near the spinal cord? Number 6. Which empire is said to have fiddled while Rome burnt? Which empire is said to have fiddled while Rome burnt? And number 7. What's the name of the lion in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. What's the name of the lion in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe? And number 8, what is the name of the wood carver who created Pinocchio? What's the name of the wood carver who created Pinocchio? Okay, get the answers down. And I'll give you the scores here in a couple of seconds. The scores, the answers. Okay, what was the name of the seal that got attacked by a dog last week on the news? It was Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury. 2 of Henry VIII's wives got beheaded on Boleyn, and the second one was Catherine Howard. Okay, Catherine Howard and Anne Boleyn was the only 2 that got beheaded. Which celebrity mistakenly tweeted that shots had been fired in Selfridge's store in 2017? It was Ollie Muirs. Ollie Muirs. In which US state would you find Pearl Harbor? Hawaii. Number 5, what's a procedure called when an anaesthetic is injected near the spinal cord? It's an epidural. An epidural. Number 6, which emperor is said to have fiddled while Rome burnt? It was Nero. And number 7, what's the name of the lion in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe? Aslan. Aslan. And what's the name of the wood carver who created Pinocchio? He was Geppetto. Geppetto the wood carver. Okay, scores, count their scores up. Looking about 6 here off here in this round. Okay, number 1. Who was the original host of the TV show The Record Breakers? I'm sure everybody's seen it. Who was the original host of the TV show The Record Breakers? And number 2, we geography one here. The Nile is the longest river in Africa. What is the second largest river? Okay, the Nile is the longest river in Africa, but what's the second largest river in Africa? And number 3, what's a small plastic bit at the end of a shoelace called? What's a wee plastic bit at the end of your shoelace called? Number 4, which brand of tea was advertised by chimpanzees? Which brand of tea was advertised on TV by chimpanzees? Number 5, we movie film question. Which 2014 action film features the main guy searching for a man who broke into his house, stole his car and killed his pup? Okay, what's the name of the film in 2014? It features the main guy searching for the man who broke into his house, stole his car and killed his pup. Who was the name? What was the name of the film? Okay, number 6. What was the fruit used in the original marmalade? What was the fruit used in the original marmalade? When marmalade first started getting made, what was the fruit that was used? One type of fruit. Number 7. You'll probably remember this. Stuart at then, he remembered what it was. Okay, number 7. In an old Harp lager advertisement, what did the camel ask the barman for? He said, "Hey Lawrence, give us a pint of Harp." And what else? He asked for 2 things. In an old Harp lager advertisement, what did the camel ask a barman for? He said, "Hey Lawrence, give us a pint of Harp." And what else? And number 8, final one for this week. Which TV show would you have heard the phrase, "Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be..." Okay, which TV show would you have heard the phrase, "Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be..." What was that show called? Okay. We'll pause it here and go over your answers and write them down, and I'll give you the answers in 5 seconds here, and hopefully they'll hit over 20 this week. Number 1. Who was the original host of the TV show The Record Breakers? It was Roy Kessel. Roy Kessel. The Nile is the largest river in Africa. What is the second largest? It's the River Congo. It's also the world's deepest river at 220 metres. The world's deepest river is the Congo, and the second largest in Africa. Okay, what's a small plastic bit at the end of a shoelace called? It's your aglet. An aglet. Which brand of tea was advertised on TV by chimpanzees? It wasn't Tetley, it was PG Tips. PG Tips. Number 5. Which 2014 action film features the main guy searching for the men who broke into his house, stole his car and killed his pup? It was John Wick. What was the first fruit used in the original marmalade? It wasn't oranges or lemons, it was quince. Quince, it looks like a yellowy pear. Quince. And an old Harp Lager advertisement, what did the camel ask the barman for? He said, "Hey Lawrence, give us a pint of Harp and a packet of dates." Okay, a pint of Harp and a packet of dates was the answer. Number 8, which TV show would you have heard the phrase, "Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be"? It was Stars in Their Eyes. Okay, Stars in Their Eyes. Okay, count them scores up and hope you just get over 20, 25 around. The average score is around about 23. So if you just get over 23, you're going well. Okay, so that's 11. That's round 11. 11 quizzes, 440 questions also far. I'm starting to run out of questions. I'll see you all next week. Okay, have a good day.